Hey, what's up, guys? Back again with an update for the game. Space Auto Battler, Roguelite, whatever. So, I'm trying to remember. It's been so long since I've done an update. I added a sort of shield thing. You can see some of the stuff that's like immediately apparent. The ship, I made some changes to the way the ship looks. I still think it looks goofy, but it's better than in the box that it was before. I added some models for the guns, the weapons. Right now I have the default to sort of this like pulse gun. You'll see these little blue, right now they're nanobot swarms. I might call them nanites or something else, but basically that's sort of the upgrade currency. So I've got a sort of upgrade system that I'll show you in a second once I get a few. The swarm values are determined by a few different things. It's the amount of threat you have, the tier of the enemies. There's a wave multiplier as well, so you get the upgrades cost more as you get them, but you get more nanobots sort of the further in you go. So it's sort of like a scaling upgrade system. I've updated some of the difficulty of the enemies, made them a little bit tougher. I'm playing around with some sounds, like because my shield got below 20%, it makes that goofy alarm sound, and it makes a different sound for the hull as well. Okay, so I've got over 1500. I just got a little bit more. So this is the upgrade system. Eventually I'll have POIs that you go to like buy upgrades and stuff or whatever, but so I always start with getting a laser, and this I haven't balanced this at all. It's kind of still pretty loose, but I have a little bit. But so the laser is longer range, slower rate of fire, a little bit higher damage. So they're about the same DPS, the pulse and the laser, but the laser's longer range, and so I think I need to bump up the pulse gun a little bit, just because now they're really dropping, because it's such short range that it's kind of, I think it needs a buff compared to the laser. And I'm also, there's other guns too that I'm thinking about, like a rail gun that's more like a sniper, super long range with super slow rate of fire. So yeah, and then of course there will be, I don't know, 8 different weapon types you can do, different ammo types later on, status effects, crowd control, stasis, EMP. I will have like an aura weapon that's sort of like an EMP pulse that just fires, because I know people like the whole aura weapons. So I need to change the volume on that a little bit. I think it's a little bit too loud. Okay, so I've got a few more. So I will also do targeting that just increases like accuracy, so my shots hit more often. I've still got 1400. You can, this repair, I'll just show. So since I bought a laser already, it went from 1500 to 2250. Basically right now it just goes up by time and a half. Targeting when I bought it went up to 1500. Next I'm gonna get probably shields. Salvage is like pickup radius, thrusters is like speed and handling, systems is kind of a little bit of everything. It's like hull, shield, rate of fire. Yeah, I'll just get that for now. Okay, and then I added taking damage on the shields as opposed to taking damage on the hull. I'm not completely satisfied with how the sounds have turned out, but I'm doing everything myself, so I'm no sound engineer, I'm no expert on that kind of stuff, but I'm just kind of playing around with all the different aspects of making the game. But I actually kind of like the way the shield kind of turns out. Like whenever I take shield damage, it kind of flashes a little bit. I think it's kind of cool looking. And then whenever my shield completely drains, when it's completely empty, it goes away, which I think is kind of a cool effect. Let's see, what else has changed? I'm going to actually buy 2 of these. There you go. You can see my hull is back up to 90. Now that I've got some damage output, I'm actually collecting some nanobots pretty consistently. I can spend some on heals. How much is it for another laser? $22.50. Okay. I am struggling to clear this wave. I also think I need to look at my thresholds for when the alarms go off, because I think it's always using 20% of the base shield instead of 20% of the effective shields after the upgrades. 1500. I'll just buy another pulse just for a little bit more DPS output. And as I'm strafing these, as I'm strafing through the swarm, pulse is doing just a little bit ago. I got like a 2800 score. Right now I'm sitting at 500. I'm almost dead, so there is quite a bit of randomness to each run. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna die. So that sound is the low hull alarm. The other one is the low shield alarm. Another thing I want to do soon is, Another thing I want to do soon is make a nameplate for the nanobot swarm, so you can see how much they're worth, and then you can also see like where they are, so you don't leave them on the field. Right now you just kind of have to like be looking around constantly for them to make sure you're not missing out. I also think my salvage upgrade isn't actually working, because I tested it earlier and it seemed like no matter how many of those I bought, I always had to get the same distance away for the nanobot swarm to like magnet to me. Okay, I'm actually cooking right now. Okay, I thought I was gonna die, but I think I've got 3,000. So let's buy another laser, and let's buy some repairs. Are these upgrades? Yeah, but you can kind of see like the direction I'm going. Like I'm gonna have a lot more enemies, a lot more weapons, different ship types, you know, with different defaults, different what are they called? Like perks or bonuses to different aspects of the game. I'm gonna have like want to have like drone weapons or like a drone bay and have like like drone boats where the drones just swarm around the ship and attack. And like also I already have wired in a system where you can choose if you want all of your weapons to attack the same target, if you want them to spread and attack different targets in a round robin. You can assign weapons to teams. So like right now this ship can have up to 8 weapons, and you can in the back end, like in the code, you can assign each weapon slot to a team. So like if you want to split your 8 weapons into 2 teams of 4 and have each team focus on different targets, you'll be able to do that once I get the UI. Right now the HUD is just very simple. I haven't taken any time to upgrade the HUD at all. Let's get some more shields and some repair while we have it. Okay. But yeah, so this is kind of the game loop right now. It's very boring still because there's very few upgrades, and I think some of the upgrades don't work. The weapons are kind of boring. The ship is kind of boring. The flight is, I like the flight, but I think I need to tweak it a little bit. It feels a little bit, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of how it would be in space. Like there's very low drag. You start going in one direction, and you have to like thrust in the other direction to like alter course. But I want it to be a little bit more arcadey to where you can control it a little bit better. There was a game a long time ago that I really liked. Of course, I'm not going to be able to remember what it is now, but it was basically just a space dogfighting game. Teams of like 14 versus 14, different types of ships, sport ships, whatever. That's kind of the. Okay, I'm gonna die. Anyway, that's kind of the effect I was going for. I implemented all of the flight controls myself. Basically, every part of the game I've kind of made myself. I've never used Godot before. This is my first sort of attempt at making a game, something I've been passionate about ever since college, but I just, it's hard to it's an industry that's hard to get into. And also it's not super stable from what I hear. So now that I've got a little bit extra time after work, I've started kind of working on this in the evenings. And so I hope you enjoyed these latest updates. Stay tuned to the channel for more in the future, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care.